creationist is real.
I think evolution is real.
Why are you touching me like that?
Hey, okay, calm down. I'm here. What is it that you guys are arguing about?
He doesn't believe creationism is real.
I think that evolution is real and there is no God.
Okay.
I'm an
well,
atheist.
You're wrong, man.
I think to settle this, we should have your point of view and your point of view, and we'll see who's right. How about that?
Sure.
Yeah, best theology win.
Hey.
All right, Darren, I'm gonna ask you creationist questions. I'm gonna ask you evolutionist questions. So, what does the Bible say about creation versus evolution?
It's false. By the cosmological argument that there is something that made everything else here in the world and the universe.
Bible say about creation versus evolution?
I don't believe in the Bible. But we all started from one thing. If you look at ourselves, we all have the same thing in common. Same with apes and monkeys and animals. But we all started with the Big Bang. So that is false, good sir.
Well, who made the Big Bang?
It just exists.
But who caused it to go bang?
It just happened.
That's false. According to the cosmological argument, it's false.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. What's your source, sir?
I would say Dawkins. You probably said something like that.
But was he there? Was it a first account?
No.
What do genes have to do with evolution?
They're in everyone.
What is the mechanism of evolution?
That we all evolved from one organism to now. Every being on the planet. So it started from one cell, and that one cell turned into you, turned into him, it turned into a monkey, it turned into a fish. Yeah, that's evolution, sir.
Is evolution just a theory that remains unproven?
Evolution has been proven a few times, but new stuff's coming in a few times now.
Okay. What does it mean that God is the creator?
He was there. If you read Genesis 1:1, in the beginning God made the heavens and the earth.
What is young Earth creationists?
They believe that the earth is 4,000 to 6,000 years old. There's something that is different to that called the old Earth creationists, which believe that it's millions of years old. But according to calculations, in order for evolution to take place, the earth has not been around that long.
Does evolution prove that there is no God?
Yes, because there is no such thing as intelligent design, and everything started from the cell, and the cell just multiplied, and that doesn't show that any God intervened at any time, sir.
What do you have to say about this?
I would like to ask him a question. How would you define intelligent design?
I have heard that intelligent design is God designed everything intelligently, but that is false. Cells did it.
But who makes the cells?
They've just been here.
But that there's still no origin point of your theology.
The Big Bang started everything.
But what started the Big Bang? It couldn't have just happened according to you guys. It would have to
Let
be
me focus back on you. Who started God?
God has always been there.
According to who?
The Bible.
Origin.
Bible.
Where's your point of origin?
He was there at the beginning of time because he made time.
Who recorded that? Who said that?
Moses. Genesis 1:1. It's also in John verse 1, chapter 1. It is right here, Senor. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. Read it and weep.
You said Richard Dawkins wasn't there at the point of the Big Bang. Was Moses there at the point of the start?
There has been biblical evidence of God coming down and talking to Jesus.
Like what?
With Jesus coming down, there have been personal accounts that line up with historical events.
Who?
That say
Who and what?
Caesar Augustus. People have originated that the time that Jesus was here, Caesar was there to account for it.
Who's these people? Let's account for it. What's your source?
Historians.
think about evolution versus creation?
Well, I like this because it's very cool, and then, it's very, it's blah, blah, blah. And,
Wow.
and just like that.
Wow. So, do you believe in creation or evolution? Which one do you find more plausible?
And just like that, just like that.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you, Jared. All right, you two gentlemen, do you believe in creation or evolution? John?
I believe in creation
Why?
because God created everything on the earth, and that is not my only answer. The reason I believe creation is,
We just want to see if more people believe in Darwinism and evolution as opposed to Christianity and creation. We were just trying to
Interesting.
See. We were just 'cause,
Okay, which is very strange because you came to the right place, oddly enough. That's why
Jared,
Matthew's so strange.
Jared,
Okay,
get a little
what a
closer to the
gentleman. He
music.
gets it. He gets it. He's like, you're either a weirdo or you have something about Yeah, I have something to say about that. And I usually don't about anything else because I'm always wrong. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Roses are red, violets are the blue. When I'm on the toilet, I think of you. No, that's not what we're going to tell you. No. I was just trying to break the ice. The question is, do we believe in evolution versus a divine creation? If that's my take on it. It's funny that that stranger walked up to me and asked me that very question because I actually have 3 theories on it. Because I try to corner everyone I can as a teenager because I used to be in my bedroom with 3 dads by the age of 9 and quite perplexed why I couldn't figure out why mother moved from husband to husband. But on the 3rd husband, she married so-called money and education. And I'd sit in my bedroom and I'd think about how being a Catholic, I once was in Catholic school, the proverbial Mexican, listening to Latino instructions in terms of some biblical scripture from some Catholic priest, which I had no idea what he was doing. All I knew was 10 Hail Marys and I was out of there. But once my mother married money in the 3rd grade, all of a sudden we were, quote, Christians. And that's what started this whole avalanche of thought, because I was sort of hijacked from Catholic religion, so to speak, poverty-stricken, to this newfound religion, which was Christianity, which included my own bedroom and a swimming pool, nothing personal. So it turns out Jesus had cash in this relationship. So anyway, so my stepfather was Irish, played trumpet, and even though he worked in all kinds of strange places like Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm in Las Vegas, he'd literally play everything from trumpet, he played music. I would be in my bedroom thinking of God and whether or not I was jinxed for having a 3rd dad that had more money than Jesus. And I'd sit in my bedroom and I'm thinking, this is weird. First we're broke, and now I have 5 pairs of shoes and a mini bike. So when you have money and you're a 3rd grader and you've had 3 dads at the age of 9, and the 3rd transformation is like Father, Son, Holy Ghost, and you're literally having a mini bike and your own phonics teacher. That's a speech teacher that came over to our house on Sundays after church to teach us to speak the King's English. So my theory is this on creation. Let's cut to the chase. You thought I forgot. I have 2 theories. People are too dumb. They only think there either is a God or there isn't. Of course, satanic people that believe in the darkest things believe that there's the devil. And obviously to have darkness, they would logically have to think of the light, but you can't tell them that because they're so interested in obviously in the darkness in terms of what that entails, be it Darth Vader or anything. But in terms of Jesus Christ and Christianity, I believe there is a God. I believe that the universe was strung for human beings as it was dictated by Christ's tongue himself, in terms of him saying of what so-called Father or the Creator wanted. And that was people to be with him in this exponential universe for whatever period of time, meaning every hair on our head supposedly was crowned, and that we were brought here by divine call, not by some DNA accident. So I believe there's 3 things that men can ask themselves. A, is a Darwinism where you actually, the big boom in some screwed up event and maybe you're a one-cell amoeba and now fish, and okay, a monkey and primate, and you're going through that, which there has been scientific evidence thereof. But you get three choices. You're either this primate that came from this Darwinism evolution of one-cell amoebas coming up from the ocean and so on and so forth. You get it, I know you do. Or number two, you're brought in by some petri dish, by some advanced civilizations that the Egyptians or the Mayans scroll down inside their taverns to show men in space capsules and all these flying objects, which, by the way, were in the Bible too, flying objects and things that could accelerate and do things. But past call number two of this, not divine by God, but brought by space aliens in a petri dish and dropped off on planet Earth, that's all you got there on that second choice. But the third one, and there's only three, if you think about it, the first one's an accident, remember, Darwinism, just a big boom, no one knows why. The second one is this so-called extraterrestrial that we can't get on our radar, and comes into the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, wherever these things are landing, and we get glimpses of them. There were various photographs and such. But it's in fact, could it be number three, that Jesus wasn't lying, that it's in fact a creation of human beings walking around as dumb as a bucket of rocks, because we have this knowledge to actually serve and help each other, but instead we have personal agendas of sometimes not good things, particularly me. Instead of blaming Barack Obama or Donald Trump, the proverbial white man, as an scapegoat, I think people individually need to realize that sooner or later we do something to sort of push that along. So I believe in a God because I've seen certain things that have sort of forced me up against it, where I had no choice but to recognize what the so-called miracle is. And when you get jab slapped enough with enough miracles, you say uncle. Soon enough you're like, no, I don't want to see it. I believe it. You don't have to show it to me. You don't have to rub my nose in it. No, I'm tired. I don't want to know you. I'm an old man now. Do you really have to do it to me? I believe. So the idea is some people chalk up good luck to just, oh, I deserve good luck because I'm good looking and I have a family that's black or Mexican or dealing drugs or white or whatever. A family of lawyers that'll get you out of jail. Or what? A divine intervention where someone actually created you to do something, well, I chimed in, to do something that others can't do, what? On an individual basis. Why? Because every head on your head is counted, and that you're divinely sent to do, particularly in my case, a lot of stupid stuff, and then on the backside, of this reality, of this clumsiness called humanity that I participate, I finally get to be divine by apparently enough mistakes. So my take is, number one, Darwinism, which everybody teaches in a public school, which I consider a bag of rocks, hard to carry, because who wants to believe in Darwin? He's not a god, and last time I looked, he didn't rise on the third day. Number two, space aliens aren't sticking around to claim anything, from what I can see. They're here, they fly in on flying saucers, and we have Will Smith doing movies, The Men in Black, so great, we have space aliens, but that's not defined in real physical terms of evidence, period. It really isn't in a courtroom. You gotta get a body, you gotta get the 5150 or whatever, the area 51 stuff, you actually have a corpse. Actually have to produce a corpse of a space alien before human beings would believe that we're brought here in category 2 by space aliens. I'm not saying that it is or isn't, but what I am saying in category number 3 has weight in it because of the scriptural balance of what's been written about not dozens but hundreds of individuals that have written down the events of the biblical events of Christianity in terms of the birth of Christ, the execution of Christ, yada, yada, yada. So what you see on planet Earth now is just an actual event, almost like a pimple that needs to be popped, and man just can't get to it because it's in the sweet spot, and it's just infected. We're infected as a species. We're born with the original sin, and there's no way out. We can spend our way. We can, you know, we can dance together, feed the poor, but even ourselves, tomorrow isn't counted, for the rain will fall on the just and the unjust. The riches of the rich will have a tornado hit their mansion later on next week in Oklahoma. So no matter what side of town, no matter, like the Three Little Pigs, I'm going to build a nice house with millions of dollars. God has different plans, only in the sense that we have 4 seasons, and that's not by accident that those come about. So I believe in the intervention of why the planet was made and why the planet was strung and why human beings were placed here in the first place. End of story.
Jared.
Brandon?
Braden.
Okay, well, hello everybody. We're with Brendan, the hardest clinging man I've seen today. And do you believe in creationism or evolution?
Yeah.
Which one?
Evolution.
Why?
Just makes sense.
Okay, that makes
Scientifically,
sense.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Brendan. Have a good one. Sorry for interrupting you.